Board Games follows the entrepreneur Marcus Dreer and his determination to accomplish his goals by any means necessary, even if it plummets him down a deadly hole of no return. For all of my book lovers out there, Board Games is a simmering drama that boils into a gripping conclusion, and you can find Board Games 1 and 2 now on Amazon, and is written by yours truly, so you won't be disappointed. Mogul Motivation, empowering and inspiring entrepreneurs and dream chasers worldwide, 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media, and I'm your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. Welcome back. I'm happy that you are here. If this is your first time listening, this podcast is for the aspiring entrepreneur trying to get over that hump and make things happen. This podcast is for anybody with a dream that wants to go forth and accomplish that dream. Today's date is October 12th, 2022. Time flies. You know, this year, 2022, has flew by. I remember it was New Year's Day just yesterday. But not only has this year flew by, this decade has flew by. What I mean by decade is 10 years ago, 2012, I remember a mentor of mine gave me some advice on my goals, my life journey. And he offered some advice and told me some things that I should focus on. And he said, if I focus on these particular things, I would be successful. Now, at the time, he saw some things that I couldn't see, not only in my own life, but in the entire landscape of the world, in technology and, media and all of those things. And my mentor at the time, he gave me this advice, and it was very sound advice. It was solid advice. And I didn't listen. This was 2012. It's 2022 now. Had I listened to his advice 10 years ago, I would be in a different place right now. What I mean by in a different place, I mean I would be at the tax bracket that I aspire to be in right now. I would have accomplished a lot of goals that's on my goal list still if I focus on that advice that he given me 10 years ago. But I didn't listen. I didn't listen because I thought that he didn't know what he was talking about. I knew he knew what he was talking about. I didn't listen because I didn't have the confidence in myself, in my talents, in my skills, and in my abilities. I didn't believe that what I was great at could bring me an abundance of money, could bring me the lifestyle and the life that I want. Not saying I want a lavish luxury lifestyle. It's no problem if you want that. But for me, everything I wanted in my life, which isn't much, nonetheless, I could have had those things right now if I followed that advice he'd given me 10 years ago, a decade ago. But I didn't have the confidence. You see, the problem with a lot of us entrepreneurs, dream chasers is, and this might sound cliche, but it's real talk. The problem is, in many times, our dreams don't come to fruition because not only do we not focus on what we're good at, we don't believe in ourselves to bring to fruition and execute what we are good at. We block our own blessings. We block our own dreams. We block our own abundance. We block our own money streams. We block everything that is good that could potentially come to us. Yes, there are external forces that we can't control. I talked about that on many episodes on this podcast. There are external forces that we cannot control. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we are our own blocks in many cases. And we have to become blockbusters in that process. We have to have discernment and figure out, why is it that we lack confidence? Why do you lack confidence? I had to have these hard conversations with myself, and the answer is going to be different for all of us. So I can't answer that question for you, but you have to have that conversation with yourself. Why do you lack confidence in what you are good at and what you have been blessed with? Are you embarrassed? Do you think it's not sexy enough? Do you think that you aren't smart enough? Why do you lack confidence with something that you already possess? You already possess this talent. You already possess this skill, but you ignore it. You block your own blessings because you don't have confidence in it, and you don't think that it can bring you the money that you desire or the lifestyle that you want. You are blocking your own blessings, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to become blockbusters. We have to ask ourselves these hard questions, and we just have to do it. We only have one life. When you realize that, when you really grasp that reality that you only live once you leave this earth, that's it. You're going up to heaven. That's it. It's over with. In this realm, it's over with. You only have one life. So why not just go out on a limb, execute, and try? And see that things will build up slowly but surely. It's 2022 right now. And I'm finally diving off in the deep end of what I've been blessed with full confidence, with full conviction, with full assurance that I know is going to work out one way or another. Because all throughout the midst of this past 10 years, while I'm focusing on other money streams, while I'm focusing on things just because it's paying the bills, I was creating a lot of chaos. I was creating a lot of lows in my life because I was doing things that I really wasn't supposed to be doing in the first place. But I was doing it because of man-made constructs. I was doing it because that's where the money was. That's where the quick money was. That's where the big money was. But instead of focusing on my talents that was going to create that long money, I focused on these other things. I ignored the advice that my mentor gave me, and I ignored my talents, and I ignored my skills, and I paid too much attention to my lack of confidence. Can you imagine if Michael Jordan quit? You know, we all know the story. He got cut from his varsity team his sophomore year, whatever it was, blah, blah, blah. But imagine if Michael Jordan said, you know what? I ain't good enough. Even though he had that God-given ability and talent, imagine if Michael Jordan gave up after that and just went to work at a gas station or whatever he did. Nike would have never blown up. We would never see the NBA as we see it now. The entire landscape of the world would be vastly different if that one man had given up. You cannot give up. You cannot afford to continue to lack confidence in yourself, because you possess something that's going to not only change your life, but it's going to change your family's lives, your community lives, and the world. That's real talk. That's why you've been blessed with this talent. That's why God has given you this potential assignment. You have to do it. It's up to you. And right now you have to be a blockbuster. Bust all those blocks that you put on your life, that you put on your spirit, that you put on your mind. Whatever it is that's been lacking, that's been the cause of your lack of confidence, bust it right now. Break through it and go forth. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't overthink. Just do it. Just execute it and watch your life change. If anything, watch your life change from a space of a lot of stress and anxiety to more peace, to more easy going. Things will be easier for you when you start to step into your true talent, your true skills, and focus on what you need to focus on, ladies and gentlemen. So that's my message this morning. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. Be a blockbuster in your life. Stop blocking your blessings. Stop blocking your abundance because of your lack of confidence, because you're overthinking, because you don't think you're worthy enough. You are worthy enough. That's why you have this talent. That's why you have this skill. That's why you have that seed planted in your soul, because it's God-given. If this podcast has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for two things as always. Number one, leave a 5-star review. And number two, pass it on to a friend who may benefit from it as well. Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you next week.